There are 5 stages of active learning that can be directly applied to lessons of any length on any topic for any audience. Let's take a look at each of the 5 in turn. The first stage of active learning is an engagement trigger. This is where we grab the audience's attention by getting them to do something related to the course content, but that requires no prior knowledge. Ask a question you know your audience can answer without having learned the lesson yet. A question with no right answer, but a lot of interesting ones. If your lesson is about electrical circuits, maybe you ask what was the last thing you remember powering on. If it's about the United States Constitution, maybe you ask what would be the most important rule to set out when founding a new country. Engagement triggers grab attention by getting learners thinking and doing something that will interest them in what is to come in the rest of the lesson. New content is where you present the new information in your lesson. Keep it brief and clear and directly tied to that engagement trigger. Can you tell a story that makes the new content memorable? What about a resource learners can use after the lesson, or a method you recommend they use to take memorable notes? Sharing new content is the most traditional stage of an active learning lesson, but we still want to keep our learners active. What are they doing as you are sharing new information that will help them understand it? The third stage is practice time. After sharing new content, give students a task to complete. How can they apply what they've just heard? If you've just demonstrated how to ride a bike, for instance, they'll need time to actually get on and try it out. If you've shared a new strategy for organizing workload, they'll need to take some time to apply it to their overflowing calendars. If you're teaching about World War II, they could use some time to research firsthand accounts from all sides to deepen their understanding. During practice time, learners should be actively engaged with the task, with you available for support as needed. Stage 4 is sharing. Having spent time applying what they've just heard and understanding more deeply through that application, it's a great time to have learners share with each other. Maybe it's as simple as having groups of learners who were working together report out on what they accomplished. If everyone was working on the same task, you can ask what challenges they faced and troubleshoot how to overcome them. Depending on the content, there may be clarifying questions learners want to ask at this point. The main goal of this stage of active learning is to get learners thinking and learning communally. There's a lot to be gained from peers, and this stage of sharing helps us harness it. The fifth and final stage of active learning is a learning check. In order to find out where everyone in the lesson is on understanding the content, you'll need to have a learning check. This could be as simple as a single question on the content that everyone answers individually. It could be a quiz or an additional chance to apply their knowledge and get feedback. The learning check is beneficial for you as the instructor because it lets you know how successful your lesson was. Learning checks are beneficial for learners because it gives them clear feedback on what they're understanding well and what they may need to review. For both groups, learning checks provide data that shows what learners know at a particular point in a lesson. Don't let a learning session end without one. These 5 stages of active learning can apply to any lesson of any length on any topic, for any audience. By using them, you move your learners from passive observers to active participants in learning. Try planning according to these 5 stages of active learning the next time you have new information to share, and see how much more engaged your learners are.